Today is a great day for all of us to rejoice and to enjoy this resurrection of Christ. Throat. The resurrection of Christ took place to open our Agya center. Because it was a very subtle center, as you know, very complicated, with the ideas people had from their conditioning and from their ego, where so much clogging the Agya Chakra that Kundalini could have been impossible to pass through. So all the play of resurrection took place. And as Christ was nothing but Chaitanya, he was resurrected from death, so-called. In this death of Christ, we have to also understand that we have achieved our resurrection. We have achieved our resurrection. Also, whatever was supposed to be the past has died, is finished now. So, this repentance that we have, the conditionings we have are dead. As you know, in Sahaja Yoga also we have really 12 types of Sahaja Yogis. And some of them are very weak. They are weak because they have too much ego. They cannot carry on with anyone. They shout at people. They disturb others. They think no end of themselves. They are always aggressive. They cannot be collective. They never show any love for each other. So this type of Sahaja Yogis are there, which are one by one are showing their colors. But some of them are learning and are understanding that this is something is wrong, should not be. So this is third type of Sahaja Yogis we have, who try to blame somebody else all the time, not themselves. Such people, when they start blaming others, can never improve. They should introspect. But introspection is missing very much in the Western countries, except in Russia. Let us face it ourselves. Do we introspect or not? Or we are that kind of people, Sahaja Yogis, who are not so much self-centered, but are self-opinionated and self-glorified. Who do not want to find out what's wrong with them. And there are some Sahaja Yogis who still think that money is very important. Still think. It is not. In Sahaja Yoga, we get money whenever we want. This kind of attitude comes when you think that money is very important. Money is very important for such people who cannot see God beyond this, who cannot see subtler advantage of this money. They calculate every pie meticulously. They don't want that their hard-earned money should be wasted about their spirituality. So those who really are honest and want to adhere to the path of truth have to all the time introspect and find out within yourself how far we are on the truth. So now we have another kind of Sahaja-yogis also, who are more sort of, I should say, like enjoy festivals, you see, clubbing together. Because we have a feeling of belonging. We should belong to something. We should belong to this group or to that group or to that group. Either you go to Christianity or to the Jews or to the Islam and other to some politics. Say for in England, they'll ask you a question, what is your politics? I said, what is my politics? I couldn't understand this question. Everybody must have a brand of politics. I said, what do you mean by that? I said, are you a communist? No, no, I'm not. Are you a conservative? No, no. Are you a socialist? I'm not. Then what are you? I am a human being. They couldn't understand, I'm just a human being without any politics on my head. Some sort of a clannishness, not understanding that reality is full of varieties. There has to be variety. That is how it is aesthetics and Saundarya. If you do not have variety, how can you be a personality? How can be a person who is bound by these nonsensical outside ideas be a person who has a personality? If religion cannot give you a personality, it's better to do away with such a thing. It gives you an inner personality and also an outer personality. And this personality, when you start enjoying, then only one would say you are a Sahaja-yogi, where you are not told not to steal, not to hit someone, not to with anyone, not to be egoistical. Never said like that. But a personality that watches oneself. But normally people watch others, not themselves. This is also another problem of the West, that you watch others, never watch yourself. But all this goes on and on and on till we really become slaves of our own ideas about a personality, and we start projecting that personality through our ego and try to show that we are something very special. Just the opposite is Sahaja Yoga. Try to understand this very clearly. We are all a personality. We are all persons. We are all saints and are to be respected as saints. We need not have the same type of personality. Everybody must have to, it has to be different types of styles of talking, styles of delivering things, styles of expression of divine love. So we do not form a kind of a regimental people because we are free. We are absolutely free because we have the light. We know how far we have to go, what is the right way, which way to go. Immediately you know what is correct. If that light is there, nicely burning within yourself, you don't have to ask me, ask anyone. When such people come up. Understanding that Sahaja Yoga is complete freedom. But this complete freedom is there because you have the light. Without the light, the freedom is nonsense. It has no meaning. You hurt everyone, you trouble everyone, torture everyone. But with the light, firstly, great thing happened to us. That the religions which are preached by these great prophets and incarnations just become part and parcel of ourselves. And then you realize all religions are really like a part of the ocean, and you no more identify yourself with any particular one, but you just jump in the ocean of religion, and you are, in a way, the real religious personality. I don't have to tell you about your morality. You just see, watch how you have dropped out. So many of these wrong things which you are doing. So then, we have people who have the light, and they worry about their own light, and they want that this light should be there all the time burning. And this light not only should enlighten them, but enlighten others, and they work for it. They take up responsibility in a way. They do not sit in a jungle meditating. No, you have to work. You have to work in this world. You have to work it out. Sahaja Yoga for others. You have to give them this beautiful feeling of oneness with the divine. You have to enjoy all that. Sahaja Yoga is not only for your enjoyment, like some drunkard sitting and drinking together. It is to fill up your cups, to be given to others, to many others who are there. Their vision is very different. The vision is of that great universe, the great universe that has to be enlightened. We are part and parcel of that. And this universal religion is to be brought into the lives of people through realization, through awakening of Kundalini. They work very hard, they spare no efforts to see that people receive realization. But here also, a little of this ego subtly is there. That I am doing this, I am doing that. And become very conscious of it. Then again, this Mr. Ego, which is subtly still there flickering, again becomes a big one. It's an antichrist activity, absolutely. So the construction of the mind starts, you see. This one is not working, that one is this is, they start criticizing others. Still watching others, not themselves. Then there are Sahaja Yogis who do not feel that way. They realize that Param Chaitanya is working everything and working through them. They are the instrument. And sometimes, of course, if it fails, they start doubting. Then how is it, Mother, this thing has happened like this? So this still lingers on a little bit when even they are quite surrendered about it. Still, there are certain doubts in the minds. But then there are people who do not doubt anything. They understand there is Param Chaitanya which is helping. They know that behind all these miracles there is Param Chaitanya. Above all of them, other ones start realizing that we have got powers. Definitely. And that we are connected with the divine. But there are people who know they have been blessed with powers. And these powers can be discovered more and more within yourself. They have faith in themselves, they have faith in Sahaja Yoga, and they have complete faith in me and in this Param Chaitanya. And they work out. Very simple people. Extremely simple people they are. Very simple-hearted, innocent people. I have seen in the villages, I have seen many, also here there are many sitting of that kind. So this is the 12 types of Sahajogis I have described. But there's one. That is the one which is fully empowered also. They discover their own powers. In that introspection they see. And they are sure about it, no doubts. That is the state of Nirvikalpa. They have no doubts about themselves. And for that, first and foremost thing, first and most important thing is complete humility. Of course, you are surrendered to me, so you are humble. Muhammad Sahib talked of surrender. I said, surrender yourself to yourself. If yourself is the spirit, why not surrender yourself to yourself? But make that self shine. Just become one with that light. Whole life should be a light. Light of love, light of divinity, light of beauty. So you have to work out through introspection. You have got all these powers within yourself. So many powers you have. Of course, depending on mother, is nice thing. But now you grow, you have to grow. You have to grow and take up the responsibility without feeling responsible. The personality should be such. Today is the day of our resurrection. We have to pass through these 12 stages to reach the higher state. And they call it the 14th stage is the highest, where you are just an instrument, absolutely insensitive about what you are, playing into the hands of Param Chaitanya. It's a very good auspicious day today. This is what Christ has done. He accepted his crucifixion because he had to play that role. And it was a terrible thing. But when he was carrying the cross, they were worried about him. Then he said, don't worry about me. You better worry about yourself. But hate that kind of an authority. If it comes to us, we should not try to crucify us. But the subtle ego that works starts in a very funny manner, and in the collectivity it starts showing up. Try to reduce it, try to reduce it. And you'll be amazed. As soon as this I-ness is finished, all the powers will start coming up. It's like a flute which has got hollowness within it. If there's any obstruction, it cannot play. So all these ideas we have, all these conditionings we had, the worst of all, this so-called ego, that I am doing that, should go away. Because you can never enjoy if you think that way. You cannot enjoy your work. And you really cannot jump into the ocean of joy as long as you know that I am doing it.